Good morning. Today is the 14th of December and I slept in. And other than that, this morning I've had some food and cuddled with my family and done some video editing. So I figured it would be time to open up the Advent. Ooh, that's really pretty. A riot of color, all sorts of things. In case it's focusing on my face. I am behind in my editing, so I haven't actually seen how one of these where I do it where I can't see what I'm doing is turning out. So here's hoping they all worked. Alright, today is one of the blue Cormo days. Oh, this is cute. It's a reverse image of an octopus. I like that. And I grabbed down this little package, and she has put a little stitch marker of a teacup. The funny thing is, I did these same ones. The exact same charm. I think I even did them the same way. Nope, I think I have one less jump ring in it. So that is really cute. And very perfect for the tea exchange. And I am going to pull out this tea bag here. I could use some energy. Vanilla Spice Perfectly Energy contains caffeine. What else does it contain? Everything. Wow. This is a long list of ingredients. All right. And I just noticed she included a little piece of chocolate, and we're going to have that today too. So I think that concludes me opening things for the video. My garbage can is way in the wrong place today. I really need to clean this office, but that is not going to happen. What is going to happen today is I am going to work on my socks. I have, ooh, I cannot. I have to. I actually set the camera up through that knitting needle. I'm going to work on the socks, and I'm going to alternate that with working on a basket in crochet. Just do a couple of rounds of that, do a couple of rounds of that. And I have to take the girls off to play D&D with their friends in a little while, so there'll be some interruption there, but basically I'm just gonna hunker down and try to get some crafting done. Having wrapped everything, I now know that I am perhaps even more behind than I thought I was. Yeah, so that's a fun feeling. There's going to be some serious crafting going on in the next couple of days. Probably going to focus on the socks and the crochet basket this weekend, and then come Monday we're going to move all of this stuff and get onto some sewing. Some pajamas and some project bags, and sew all of the things. And hopefully soon Amazon orders will arrive and I can start more wrapping. Yeah. So I will chat with you later and get to work. I felt the need for a little bit of a pick-me-up, and I know our dinner is going to be late, so I'm having a little snack. The sprouts are my pea sprouts, cucumbers, a little bit of bread and some butter with some salt and pepper, and a cup of coffee with some cocoa powder in it. Here's where we are there. We're reaching down here. This is about how far we've gotten there. I have added in a new ball of yarn because I ran out of the way. Hi. I've decided to open a bottle of wine, and I know that I didn't record opening yesterday's wine. Somehow I think maybe I didn't record 2 days. I'm not really sure. In any event, I'm liking some of these wines, but I think that one of the things that I'm learning is that I don't like wine this much. Also, the box is kind of collapsing in on itself, so I'm not going to open the wine advent calendar on camera again. This is Pinot Grigio, and it is the same, I think it must be the same winery that did the Pinot Grigio blush, which I actually really liked. It's probably my favorite from this whole thing, although the Colombard was pretty good too. I really only really enjoyed, like, I'm gonna go buy, I would be willing to go buy a couple of them, and two of them I took a sip and waited a few minutes and took another sip and then dumped out. So I don't think I'm gonna do a wine advent calendar next year, which is not a slam. The other one was better. On the producers of the wine or the thing, I just don't think I'm this much of a wine girl. So maybe we'll try beer next year. Not that I know of anyone who makes a beer calendar. So if you do know of someone who makes a beer calendar, let me know. In any event, I'm not as enjoying it. I'm not as, I only had one sip, I promise. I'm not enjoying it as much as I expected to. So if you're not enjoying something, don't do it again. Is kind of how I'm thinking on that. So I'm going to touch base with you here on the socks. I have finished both cuffs, so I am back to 2 at a time. Chogu cable, Chogu needles. I did the cuff in on a 1.5. I'm doing the body on a 1. So we'll see where we get with that. This is the cuff that my friend started for me when she was over here. She did about this much. So that's pretty cool. And then I had to match how she cast it on. And I think it did pretty good. Where we are with the basket is here. Now I have run out of the green yarn with the sparkle in it. And in replacement of that, I'm adding this silver strand. Let's go like that in hopes that you can see it. And I think I want it to be maybe another 1.5 inches all the way around, and then I'm going to start up the walls. I'm showing you the bottom. And then I don't know that I have any more green anywhere else, so I'm thinking this was probably like maybe I should have done the silver on the bottom. I don't know. Because 2 of the strands on the bottom had green. I really only have had 1 sip. Now when this color runs out, I am going to switch to all red, and that will finish out the basket. That's a big ball. Basically what I'm trying to do is go through a bunch of my leftover bits and bobs of acrylic and festive yarn and whatever else I can kind of throw into this project and get these baskets that are going to hold other things that I made done as both a stash buster, hold on, maybe this will help, as both a stash buster and Christmas present making. I had great plans of throwing everything around in my studio at the beginning of the year, of doing this starting then and being all set and ready. So I have one of these baskets already made. I think the others are going to be a little bit smaller, but this turned out really, really nice. And I really, really like it. So I did this one in January, and I'm doing basket number 2 in December. Because, you know, procrastination, that's how we roll. All right, I am going to put my head down and get back to work. It is 11 o'clock at night. I am probably going to work only for another hour, and then I am going to go to bed. I made meringues today. The whole time I was making them, I thought, something doesn't seem quite right. And normally I get out the stand mixer and do it in there, and it doesn't take very long. And I was like, oh, that's a lot of work. I'll just get out the hand blender, the hand mixer, and 40 minutes later, I was kind of done. And I don't normally color them, and I added food coloring. And they're weird. They're very weird. Like, I took a bite and I chewed it down to like a bit of taffy candy consistency. So I'm hoping that leaving them in the oven overnight will help them to dry out the rest of the way. And they'll be good in the morning. Fingers crossed, maybe. I also washed my weekender sweater today. And yeah, it's really pilling, so I need to depill it once it's dry, but it's so big and so heavy when it's wet that I'm worried that it's going to be like a week from now before it's dry. I really want to keep wearing it. But it needed to be washed. I've basically been wearing it as a coat for like the last month, so it was time. But if I could magically wake up and the meringues were better and the sweater was dry, that would be really, really good. It's not going to happen. If I don't pop back on here, I hope that you have a lovely night and get all of your things done, and that everything turned out the way you expected, instead of a fingers crossed, I hope this is better in the morning kind of situation. But if that's the situation you're in, I hope that works.